It's the final matchup on the year against the Lightning, and a big one coming up from CTC, a potential first-round playoff matchup on tap on Thursday night.
There's a level of excitement for sure when you're playing two teams that are, obviously have won Stanley Cups. They're contenders every year for a while now, and that's why you play the game for this part of the year. And we've put ourselves in a spot for these games to really mean something. Like you said, two teams that we could play in the opening round, and for me, that's awesome. That's exciting. We want to embrace that and embrace this time of year.
Yeah, no, obviously they're a great team. Been playing really well lately. So, like you said, a potential first-round matchup. And this point in the year where the standings are, it's no matter who we're playing, it's a big game. So definitely adds some excitement, but we're ready to go for tonight.
And with that, here's a look at the projected lines going into tonight's game, the same as they were on Tuesday night against the Buffalo Sabres. Once again, no Brady Tkachuk for the Sens in this one tonight. That means Zetterlund with Stützle and Giroux, Perron, Cousins, and Batherson, Greg Pinto-Amadio, Highmore, Gaudette, and Cruikshank, Sanderson with Zub, Shabbat with Jensen, who did not skate this morning once again, but will play in tonight's game, Clevin with Matin-Palo, and Linus Ullmark getting the start in goal. Despite no Tkachuk out there for the Sens tonight, good news is that Nick Cousins was on the ice wearing a non-contact jersey.
It's been a long process for him. Great to see him on the ice. Anytime a guy is hurt, in that type of injury or in that amount of time, it's, people don't see what the players go through to get back and play. It's been a grind for him, and he brings a lot of energy to our group. So it was good to see him out there today.
Tkachuk's absence also felt against a team that he has played well against at home in the past 7 meetings at Canadian Tire Center. Between these two sides, Tkachuk's picked up 11 goals and 14 total points, looking to fill that absence here tonight.
He's a big part of our team inside the locker room and on the ice, just the way that he carries himself. We all look up to him, but that we have to do a job with him out of the lineup, and I think that there's other guys that can step up and play a big role, and we got a lot of guys in here that can do that.
Yeah, no, obviously when you're missing one of your best players, other guys got to try and pick up the slack. There's not many guys in the league that can do what he do, but we got to try to do a good job of filling in those areas, like you said, being physical, hard to play against, and I think the guys are excited for tonight's game, and we'll try and do that.
Overall, over the past couple of days, the emphasis has also been on the offensive side of things, trying to find their offensive game, specifically at 5-on-5, but also on the power play, one that went 0 for 3 in the first period against the Buffalo Sabres on Tuesday night, something that was highlighted by Travis Green this morning.
Obviously, having Brady out is part of it, the last game, but power plays, there's ebbs and flows throughout the year where you're on fire, you're scoring, and we just got to get one tonight, hopefully, but they're trying. I don't think there's a glaring issue by any means.
Part of that offense also comes from the back end, and Tyler Clevin, who picked up an assist on the Giroux goal in the game against Buffalo on Tuesday night, spoke about the development in joining the rush and the confidence level he has in doing so as the season's gone along.
You get a lot of experience playing 70 games this year already, and just seeing the other team and trying to understand the game. It's a little bit different than college and the minors, but I think I have that side of my game. It just takes time to prove it. And right now, as a third line defenseman, that's not really my job to put up a lot of points. So just try to lock the other team down and play a good minutes out there for them.
And as for the Tampa Bay Lightning, they enter 44-25-5 so far on the season on a 4-game winning streak entering this one tonight. Most recently, a 4-1 win on Long Island against the New York Islanders. The Sens have dropped their last 2 meetings against the Lightning back in February prior to the Four Nations break. Overall, 1-2 so far on the season series.
Our checking game, no doubt, is going to have to be on mark tonight. It's not just one weapon that they have. We're going to have to check well throughout our lineup. Something that we've prided ourselves all year on, but this is one of those tests that you have, and that you got to be on your checking game. But we also have to play well with the puck. I think we do our best, have our best games when we talk about winning the territorial game, and a lot of times the best way to defend a team that can score is to make them defend.
Also in attendance today was Alex Daigle, former Sen. Here's an interview with Daigle after practice this morning.
Yeah, always fun. You know, I love coming to Ottawa, bring my family, my kid. Well, Ottawa, I'm doing a lot of games in the French market, so we're really impressed, really pumped up about this season. And finally, you know, all Mark is healthy. That really helped. And, you know, the big run, I think they should make it. Hopefully, we're crossing your fingers. We're getting very, very close. It's a battle because everybody wants to make the playoffs. So for us, you know, it was, you know, we started from scratch, obviously, in '92. And we built that team, a lot of draft picks, a lot of, you know, chemistry to be made. And we finally, I think it was the last game of the season. I think it was against Buffalo. Pretty sure it was Yashin who scored. It was something like that. It was just amazing, great feeling, and you always remember those times. So for them to clinch, especially a young team, is a very important part of their process.
And with that, it's the Sens and the Lightning coming up on Pride Night from Canadian Tire Center. For Sens 360, I'm Jackson Starr.